Well, Sean Doerr is a photographer in Detroit and joins me via Skype now. Sean, this has been a slow and gradual decline, but a very sad day today, and for many, not unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, at least for me, a lot of Detroiters, we always just kind of anticipated this happening. It wasn't a question of will it happen? It was more of, when is it going to happen? And to be completely honest, it kind of surprised me how soon it happened. We just, got the emergency financial manager in, and I thought there was going to be at least a little bit more attempt made before, the blow of bankruptcy, but it was pretty quick, I'd say.
And is there any optimism for the future, or is there still a huge amount of pessimism?
I guess it's all just how you want to look at it. I mean, for me, I do a photography of the architecture in Detroit. It's, my passion, what really draws me into the city. And in that sense, I'm pessimistic in thinking that, all of our stock of historic buildings, pre-Depression architecture is really mostly all going to go to the landfill because, of our abandonment. But in another sense, there's a big movement now in Detroit, in the downtown, midtown area, with people who are coming into, the do-it-yourself type people. Urban gardens are taking root. A lot of people are doing startups, and it's a good place to do that. Whereas if you are in New York, you wouldn't be able to buy a building, for pennies on the dollar. So it depends on what you're looking at Detroit for. There is some good and some bad that's possible.
You mentioned some of the wonderful architecture. We're just seeing some of your work here, some of your photographs of some of the beautiful buildings in Detroit. It makes terribly depressing watching.
Yeah, it was a beautiful city. It was the Paris of the Midwest, as it was known, and really, I try and capture in my work what was Detroit, the Detroit I wish I had experienced, and it's just kind of heartbreaking to see these buildings decline. Even in the short amount of time that I've been photographing them, I've seen, countless buildings demolished, torched, vandalized. But at the same time, I mean, we have restored a couple of the buildings in our downtown area, which, is definitely a good thing worth noting.
Are you getting the feeling, Sean, that more and more people are still wanting to go, or do you think those that have left were the ones that were going to go anyway?
I feel in the people in Detroit, the ones that can get out can. And it's unfortunate. A lot of people, you inherited this house from, say, your grandparent. You're in poverty. You have no other place to go. What do you do? I mean, I've seen countless families that are just struggling to make ends meet. They live in this old house in Detroit. It's, poorly energy efficient. The roof is in rough shape. The shingles, are going away. They're decaying. And it's not uncommon to see a house in Detroit that people are living in that have, a blue tarp on the roof to keep the water out.